Hey y'all, it's your girl Gorgeous and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a makeup tutorial, as you can tell by the title. So obviously I'm starting with my brows here. The pencil that I'm using, I got it from Amazon. I will have all the products that I use down in the description box below, so make sure to check it out. But I start off with the clean slate with clean shaven eyebrows, and then I just draw them on. If you have brows, then just do your eyebrows how you normally would. After drawing them on, I go in with the spoolie and I just brush the ends of my brows. To shape and carve my brows, I go in with a concealer shade that is lighter than my foundation shade. I would say about 2 shades lighter possibly. And then I just carve out my brows. The concealer that I use is from Miss A's, which is very affordable. I've been using it since high school. I've tried a couple different ones, but this is just my go-to. So then I go in, I spot treat, and I do a little light coverage on my eye bags. After that, I took my foundation shade and I used that to carve out the top of my brows. That's because I don't exactly like the lighter look on top of my brows. I think that's fine for under though. The palette that I'm actually using for my foundation today, it looks crazy, y'all. It looks crazy, y'all. But I've just had it for a minute. It is the Ruby Kisses contour palette. So I just used the shade in there that is really close to my foundation shade. Low key is my foundation shade. Next, I take a very small compact brush, and that is what I use to blend out my concealer. So I went ahead and used it to blend out my pre-conceal spots that I put under my eyes. Then on top of that, I went back in with my foundation brush and blended it out. Now it's time to place concealer wherever else we need it. So of course I'm doing my T-zone, the nose, the forehead, the under eyes. I then began to use that same concealer brush from earlier to blend out my eyes. So we can go ahead and get started on that eyeshadow. The palette I'm using today is the Hilton eyeshadow palette. Y'all, I have been using the dark colors in here so much for my eyeshadow, as well as some of the glitter shades. You want to take that dark shade and just put it over your whole lid. I also went back in with my concealer brush. It's okay to go back in with different brushes. Y'all are gonna see I actually do that quite a bit, but especially around my eyes to make sure that I get the shape that I want. I naturally have a lot of space in that area, so I try to take my eyeshadow up to my brow bone. Next, I use this contour from e.l.f. I go ahead and put that on my jawline as well as the top of my forehead. Spray the setting spray before you blend, y'all. That is what is really going to make your makeup stay, I promise you. Spray the setting spray before you blend. It's also going to make it a lot easier to blend, because what you should be doing is letting your cream products stay on your face for at least a couple minutes. Also, when you blend your contour, blend it up. Don't blend it down, because that's just going to drag your face down, and that's not the look we're going for. Take your time blending as well, because we want to make sure that it's fully blended and we have no harsh lines. Now it's time to go ahead and start blending the rest of our concealer. So I go back in with that small concealer brush from earlier. Starting with my nose, I also make sure to blend up my nose. If I do go down, it's because I'm specifically trying to blend, y'all. But as for the overall motion, I go up. And then for my under eyes, make sure that you are looking straight ahead or looking up to help minimize creases. As I look at myself in the mirror, I take note of what I want to adjust and I go ahead and make those changes because it's best to make any changes now rather than later. To contour my nose, I use this Nomad palette. I go in with either a straight or angled fluffy brush and just start contouring. I personally like my nose contour to be a little bit more noticeable, so I blend it, but I add enough product to where it is very noticeable. Next, using that same shade in a big powder brush, I go ahead and use that to bronze up my face, also using that upward motion, y'all. If you are a woman of color, person of color, and you've ever wondered how you can make your makeup go to the next level, I'm telling you, bronzer is your friend, especially for all my black girls. Next, I went back in on my nose a little bit, as well as using some of that same color to go in on my eyes. I also went back into that Paris Hilton eyeshadow palette to go ahead and use that to contour my cheeks. It's time to add some powder, so I'm going in with this pressed powder from Miss A, same place as the concealer. And I'm using two different brushes. I have a bigger brush, and that's what I use to go in first. And then I use the smaller brush to actually press the powder into my skin. While doing this, I'm making sure to look up so that I can get into all of the creases. Now I go ahead and start adding that powder to the rest of the spots that I concealed, so my nose as well as my forehead. Now I'm just going back in with different brushes, so my bronzer brush, my powder brush, just making some touch-ups. Now we're going back into that eyeshadow palette from earlier, and y'all, we're adding glitter, eh? I also went ahead and highlighted my nose. To brush off any excess glitter before finishing my face, I go ahead and use a fan brush. Now, instead of going in with the nude glitter, I'm going in with a very bright white glitter in the very corner of my eye. And that is what's really going to help your eyes pop. I'm going in with an eyeliner, which is from e.l.f. Baby, it took me years to learn how to do my eyeliner, and if you want an actual tutorial, because I'm not going to be able to teach you in today's video, I can definitely give that to y'all. It's time to go in with mascara. I recently tried this one out for the first time, and y'all, I absolutely love it. It makes my natural lashes look so good. When it comes to mascara, I will say I'm very precise, hence why this segment is going to be a little longer, but you really do have to start by working from the root of your lashes, then going up to the top if you want the mascara to have the full effect. You have to take your time, and it's best to do multiple coats. I'm taking that Nomad palette from earlier and using the black to go ahead and color in my waterline. I'm going back in with the mascara. Like I said, y'all, I'm very precise. So if I feel like the black could be darker, if I feel like the lashes can be accentuated more, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now on to actually gluing on lashes. I am a strip lash wearer. Me and strip lashes have been together since high school. I will not be letting them go. So I use some lash glue. I put it on the top of my eyelid instead of putting it on the lashes. I used to put the glue directly on the lashes, but it just did not work for me. I also went back in with the spoolie, and this is a trick, y'all. You can use the spoolie to get rid of any mascara, any eyeliner, as long as it's dry. I went back in with the black eyeshadow as well, and I just used that to underline my eyes. I don't usually do this, I just wanted to be real extra for the look today, so I put some mascara on my lashes as well. Next, I grabbed the Juvia's Place Berries palette and I used that for my blush. Y'all, I absolutely love this palette. It is so pigmented. Even though it's eyeshadow, I never cared. A key touch for this look is inner eye liner, y'all. This is what's really gonna make your eyes stand out, along with that white highlighter from earlier. I'm going in with the pencil on my lips. This is actually the same exact pencil as my brows, y'all. I do not care what stuff is supposed to be for. If it works, it works. As long as it's safe, it's safe. The gloss that I'm using and will always use is from my brand Y2 Kissed, and it is a strawberry gloss, which is absolutely amazing. It smells amazing. Y'all should check it out. I go in with the flat brush around my lips to clean up any lip liner that's not where it should be. Now it's time for setting spray and final touches, y'all. We're almost there. We're almost there. Real bad bitches clean up their vanity when they're done. I actually decided I wanted a little bit more blush today, so I went ahead and went in with some more. I also added just a touch on my nose. Hey y'all, this is my finished makeup look. I'll show y'all in a couple different lightings so y'all can see what it really looks like, because I'm not fake. Here's what it looks like from the back camera. As you can see, my skin is still textured, but the makeup still eats. Okay, I'm gonna take some pictures. Just so y'all know, I'm not gonna do any filters as well. A disclaimer, so y'all cannot accuse me of that. Thanks. Here's what it looks like
perfect.